You're just like the rest of the bodybuilding trash. Make sure you
Yeah, and that was just part of a message that Martin Fitzwater sent me after the Arnold Classic. But that's not even the craziest part of what happened involving Martin Fitzwater over the weekend. What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and as you guys may already know, Martin Fitzwater had a crash out of epic proportions over the weekend, and there's a lot to get into, but I want to rewind back to the beginning at the athletes meeting prior to the 2026 Arnold Classic. In an interview he did with Dave Palumbo of RX Muscle, he brought up the whole bodybuilding media thing again. And if you don't know, Martin Fitzwater sort of went after the bodybuilding media saying we're all trash, but we'll get to that as well. I wanted to highlight this interview because he said a few interesting things is here as well.
Hates the press, but I'm going to talk to you anyway.
I don't hate you.
You didn't call me out yet.
I don't hate you.
Yeah,
I like Dave and I like Nick's strength and power. That's about it.
Thank you.
I like to have an enemy. I like to have a reason why I'm chasing something down, and I like to have a reason to win the title more than just money or the title. I like to have a little gumption behind it.
That's why I tell these guys, even the press guys, I'm like, stop being such pussies and stop being so, he insulted me. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, that's the thing with the media right now is it's a little bit soft, you know. I want to see us... I love bodybuilding, and I want to see us become like NFL, right?
Yeah,
and
of course.
if we're going to do that, we got to treat media like ESPN does. So that's the kind of attitude that I would love to see guys take. And no media guy on ESPN is like, he said he didn't like me, he hurt my feelings. No, they're on there and they do their job and they commentate how they're supposed to. So
That's right.
That's what I want to see, and that's what I see from guys like you, from Nick and Strength and Power. There is some good bodybuilding media. When I made a grand statement.
Okay, so Martin's saying he wants bodybuilding to be like ESPN, and he's like, well, the media in ESPN do this. I mean, the media on ESPN go after the NBA athletes, the NFL athletes, and all of those guys a lot harder generally than bodybuilding media goes after bodybuilders. Generally because bodybuilders typically are a little bit more sensitive overall. Not saying that's all the guys, but some bodybuilders, don't want to name any names, are incredibly sensitive. And now what Martin is doing actually hurts bodybuilding and then puts bodybuilding further away from being a popular sport or being on ESPN or anything like that. So for Martin to make those statements and then then take another dig at bodybuilding media in general is mind-blowing to me. Now, things escalated dramatically from this point onwards. Now, this was posted after the contest by Gavin Lamphia. It says, at Nick Walker, Nick, is it true he shoved you and swore at you backstage? Nick Walker seemingly confirming this on Instagram, and he said, very, implying that it is very true that actually happened. Now, I have heard from other athletes as well, this has been confirmed by athletes backstage, there's officials and all of that. So this story has been confirmed. It's alleged at this point because I don't have video proof of it or anything like that. But from everything I'm hearing, this is true. Martin actually physically shoved Nick Walker and swore at him backstage, which is just not acceptable. And it leads me to wonder, is Martin going to get some sort of suspension or disciplinary action because of his actions backstage? Because this sort of stuff, especially in 2026, is just not on by anyone. Amateur, pro, it doesn't matter who you are. You don't get special treatment. This sort of stuff just isn't on. And this is the moment here I originally reported on, and this is sort of where it all started on stage, because we could actually see this. We could see Martin was saying something, and I did hear on Fluid Abiad's channel, I heard on Seth Feroci's channel, that Martin and Nick don't get along. So this word was getting around the bodybuilding industry already, and then I saw this. So I felt it necessary somewhat to report on this and highlight what might have happened and the beef that might be going on between Nick Walker and Martin Fitzwater. That clip was from pre-judging, but then at finals it got even worse. So Martin, when he was announced 4th place, which many believe was some sort of a gift as well because many had Brandon Curry placing ahead of Martin Fitzwater, Martin chose to go up to every single competitor, dap him up, hug him, all that sort of stuff, and he skipped over Nick Walker deliberately, and you can see Nick Walker just sort of puts his head back, handles it with class, doesn't make a big deal about it, and just sort of moves on. But the look of this is like very sore loser, throw the toys out of a cot if he didn't get his way. And Martin obviously was wanting to place much higher in this show, $750K for first place. I don't know what you get for 4th. I think 3rd place is around 150. So maybe you got $50,000 to $100,000. Still a lot of money, and maybe the most Martin has ever earned in a contest before. So showing this sort of, I think, disrespect to the sport and obviously another competitor in Nick Walker just isn't a good look regardless, because you're getting a big pay packet, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the crowd, and you're acting like this. To me, that's pretty crazy. And it gets worse on stage as well. Martin Fitzwater did this when Nick Walker was announced second, essentially celebrating super aggressively and hard that Nick Walker didn't win that Arnold Classic title, which to me is just classless. And it didn't stop there. So then after the show, it leaked out onto social media. Now, I thought Martin would have been smarter than to do anything like this after a contest now, but evidently not. So this is actually, I believe, under one of his posts. He has me blocked, so I'm relying on other people screenshotting this and then posting it up. So this guy commented saying, shaking everyone's hand except Nick, LMAO, which is laugh my ass off. Martin responds and says, yes, I hate him. I refuse to be fake. Now, you can shake someone's hand without being fake. I mean, it's just a show of respect. It's respecting the show. It's respecting Arnold. It's respecting Brian Powers. It's just respecting bodybuilding in general, because I think that's what you should do, regardless of if you like someone or not. Even if you hate someone, you shake their hand. You show respect. You be a man in that situation. And it didn't stop there. This was another comment. Coming from a youngster that looks up to Martin made me genuinely sad seeing his reaction to Nick. And then it just says, insert the Incredibles scene meme. Martin responds, laughing face, I don't care. I hate Nick, and I'm not going to be a fake piece of shit to make a fan look happy. Do you, man, but I don't care if you like it or not. So immediately showing disrespect to fans after all this. Someone else left a comment saying a real man would have congratulated everyone. Fair comment. Martin says, go fuck yourself. This shows a complete lack of self-control. And this is on the internet. You can look at it and think about it for a second. He is just crashing out, flying off the handle, and it's just another thing that doesn't look good. And just after I see this, Martin, ding, 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 text start coming through from Martin. As you can see, he deleted the first message, which I did see, and I won't put it out there because you chose to delete it, Martin. But you left a nice little voice note for me, so let's play that now.
Of course you'd record something and report something like that. You're just like the rest of the fucking bodybuilding trash. Make sure you fucking block me and keep my name out of your fucking mouth, Xavier.
Ooh, you're hard.
So I gave in to Martin's request and blocked him, but obviously I'm not keeping his name out of my mouth, because when you treat people like this, occasionally you need to be told that this isn't okay. And I think the entire industry is telling him right now that his behavior is not okay, and it's not what bodybuilders want to see, because we want to see this sport rise up and maybe be on ESPN one day. This behavior is not going to help that whatsoever. So I blocked Martin after he blocked me maybe like 2 to 3 weeks ago for reporting on stuff that people could have been much more harsh about. Of him saying all bodybuilding media is trash, sticking his middle finger up. It's just completely classless. And I think the thing is as well, he's not even doing it in a joking way. He is dead serious when he says this stuff, and you can tell he's triggered. Feels like he's on edge permanently. So going back to that whole bodybuilding media is trash thing, I didn't really care. I was like, whatever, I'm just going to report on it, because if you're putting it out there, clearly you don't mind it being put out on other channels. It just only makes sense. And you can see the comment he left here on my video when I actually reported on him saying that. He said, the media channels are crying because I made a story saying they are trash, and that's my opinion. I don't watch any of them. Just like it's your opinion, I'm immature. It's okay. I'm fine with being the villain in you guys' story. At least when I get my wins, you clowns can't say I'm the favorite. And then puts a little kissing emoji. So just incredibly immature comment, especially when he says, I don't watch any of them. And then he says they're all trash. Clearly you're watching them, or you're just going off someone else's word and giving a completely uninformed opinion. And it didn't stop there. Martin posted this to his story allegedly, because I didn't get the screenshot myself, but it was shared on social media by many people. So now I'm going to read this out in my best Martin Fitzwater voice. Worst, most embarrassing show of my life. I have no words, no joy, no happiness. This prep was my hardest ever for the shittiest result. I will not be on social media for the next month. If you have my number, you can call me. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. And if one more person tells me congratulations, I think it means congratulations, I'm gonna block you and congratulate winners, not fucking losers. So the crash out is very real. I genuinely hope Martin Fitzwater seeks help. And that's not me saying seek help, you know, as a way of digging at someone. I really hope he has the people around him saying like, dude, this behavior is not okay. You're hurting your career. Literally seek help. It's not a shameful thing to actually seek help for your behavior. Recognizing that you actually have a problem yourself instead of blaming everyone else is the best thing to do. Let me know what you think. Do you think that this is justified? Do you think it makes bodybuilding more entertaining? Do you think this is a good thing for bodybuilding, a bad thing? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, that's it for this one. My name is Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.